excited. So this video is going to be how to turn $1,500 into $1 million. Pretty simple. Come with me. Let me show you. So when I first started this whole thing, I couldn't find any more rentals, so I started looking for other ways to make more money. And on Facebook Marketplace, I had found this tiny house here. I no longer own it. This is a friend's house. This was actually one of the reasons why we started doing Airbnb, was actually because of this house here. I sold it to my friend, and he's the one who told me about Airbnb. So now it kind of went full circle. The tiny house is here. Good. So let's walk around it first before we go inside. And you know, this thing, I found it on Facebook Marketplace like 5 years ago. I'll post it somewhere. I'll post a picture of that original ad so you can see what it looked like and where I got it. It was here in Hollywood, Florida. Somebody had this thing and they just needed it off their property. So come, let me show you the whole thing. It's kind of big, but yeah, this thing, if you don't have a lot of money, I would get one of these and start your Airbnb business that way. And let me kind of show you the inside, because you know, yesterday we did the hotel episode, and that's cool, but that's not realistic maybe for most people yet. But this is kind of like one of the first steps to getting there. We did actually turn this place into $1 million. So this was a tiny house on wheels that we had on a property up the street, which was actually our first Airbnb property. And this is how we did some of the fundraising for the next Airbnbs. For a long time, I was getting between $70 and $100 a night for somebody to sleep here. So hey, if any of you guys who follow me on Instagram that stayed here, comment. I mean, I know some of you had actually stayed here when it was actually an Airbnb. Tell people you stayed here. How did you like it? It was pretty good. We had a TV and everything. And now, Fred, I hadn't used this thing for a long time, and it was sitting somewhere and it got kind of messed up. So I sold it to Fred, and Fred fixed it up, and I think he's trying to sell it. So if any of you guys are interested, you know, maybe send me a DM and I'll talk to Fred. I don't know what he wants for it. I mean, he did a hell of a remodel. This thing looks new again. When I had it, you know, hundreds of guests had gone through, so the place wasn't quite as nice as it is now. But this is a tiny house on wheels. We paid $1,500 for it, and over 3 years, it was making roughly $2,800 a month to $3,000. And so you do the math, how much I made there. And I used that money to get more Airbnbs. So we turned that $1,500 investment to $1 million. All right, bye.